Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a really compelling set of sources from the city of Burien.
Mm.
Citizen voices are coming through loud and clear, expressing concerns about local leadership and, well, the direction of their police department.
Yeah, what's really fascinating here is how directly these sources speak. We're talking in concerned citizens, even folks from the police department itself.
Right.
And they're communicating a pretty unambiguous no confidence in specific city leaders.
No confidence. That's strong
It
language.
is. So we'll be digging into the key reasons behind these feelings,
Yeah.
focusing particularly on the proposed removal of the Burien police chief.
Okay, so our mission for you listening is to guide you through all these details. We want you to really grasp the core of this community's argument.
Mhm.
Who are the individuals involved? What are the specific reasons for their concern? And ultimately, what they believe is really at stake for public safety in their city.
Let's get into it.
So, as the sources lay out, the main trigger, the thing that really kicked this off, seems to be City Manager Adolfo Bailon's request. His request to remove Ted Bow as the chief of Burien PD.
That's the catalyst, yes.
Now, on the surface, maybe it sounds like just a personnel change, right? But the documents, they show it sparked this, well, this really passionate and pretty widespread outcry.
Absolutely.
What is it, looking at these sources, that makes this particular decision about this chief so contentious for the community?
Well, it's clear the citizen's perspective, reading through these letters and statements, it paints a very specific picture of Chief Bow's leadership.
Okay.
They keep highlighting his exemplary leadership. And it's quite insightful how they connect the enhancement of safety and welfare directly to him, to his
So it's
leadership.
personal, not just about the department generally.
It seems that way. It suggests a real deep trust in the chief himself and this belief that his specific actions are, well, vital for their community's well-being.
And beyond that kind of qualitative praise, the sources also talk about tangible results, don't they?
They do, yeah.
They specifically point to significant declines in crime rates happening under his watch, and also a surge in proactive measures aimed at fostering a more secure environment. What does that focus, the emphasis on those specific metrics, tell us about what this community values? It seems like more than just police presence.
It certainly does. Yeah, it points to a community that really values um, effectiveness, you can see, demonstrable results, and proactive engagement.
Proactive, okay.
And what's particularly interesting, I think, is their mention of Chief Bow's innovative programs, specifically targeting mental health alternatives to, traditional police responses.
Right, that stood out.
Yeah, and they say these programs have actually positioned Burien as a model agency in our county.
A model agency.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not just about standard policing. It shows a community that seems to appreciate a more nuanced, maybe progressive approach to public safety, something beyond just the usual enforcement metrics.
So, given that kind of praise, those perceived results, it makes sense that the community would anticipate some pretty negative impacts if Chief Bow were actually removed.
Definitely.
What are the biggest consequences they seem to fear?
The sources outline kind of a cascade of worries. First, they just flat out say it diminishes the invaluable experience he brings to our city.
Okay, loss of experience.
But it goes further. They express real concern that his removal jeopardizes the dedication of officers.
Oh, so.
They suggest officers might start looking for jobs elsewhere, in a more supportive environments. Basically, they're worried about losing good officers, a talent drain from the department if the leadership changes like this.
Right. And that potential brain drain, as you called it, within the department itself, that must be a huge mirror for the citizens.
Oh, absolutely.
Because then, as they put it, that poses a threat to the effectiveness of our police force. And ultimately, they connect that directly to undermining the safety of their community, really at home, impacting their daily lives, their sense of security. That's a powerful connection.
It really is. And this powerful feeling, it all culminates in the citizens actually declaring a vote of no confidence.
Right, the no confidence vote.
And it's important. It's not just aimed at the city manager, Balon.
Oh, who else?
They explicitly state this vote of no confidence is in both city manager Adolfo Balon and Mayor Kevin Schilling.
Both of them. Okay, so two key city figures being called out directly, and the reasons given.
The reasons they state are that their actions do not align with the best interests of our city, and maybe more critically, that they undermine the principles of constitutional policing.
Mm.
which they say is essential for maintaining public trust and safety.
Okay, constitutional policing. For listeners who might not be familiar with that specific term, what exactly does that mean? Why is that particular accusation so serious, especially
Yeah.
when you're talking about public trust?
That's a really vital point. Constitutional policing isn't just about, following the letter of the law. It's deeper.
Oh,
It means making sure all police actions consistently uphold the civil liberties, the constitutional rights of every citizen.
right. Fundamental rights.
Exactly. So accusing someone of undermining it suggests a really fundamental breach of trust. It implies actions that are seen as maybe arbitrary, lacking due process, or maybe exceeding legal authority.
Which would be incredibly damaging.
Incredibly damaging to public faith in law enforcement. Yeah.
Yeah.
It raises questions about the very bedrock of police-community relations.
So given those, I mean, those are pretty grave concerns. The citizens aren't just venting, right? They're demanding specific actions from the council. What exactly are they pushing for?
They're very direct about it. First, they're urging immediate action to rein in our city manager.
Rein him in. So asserting more council control over his decisions.
That's the implication, yes.
Yeah.
A desire for the council to step up and exert more oversight.
And it doesn't stop there, does it? It's not just about controlling him.
No, you're right. The sources explicitly detail their demand to begin the process of removing him from the city payroll.
Wow. Okay, so that's not just a policy disagreement. That's a clear call from the community for a complete leadership change at the city manager level.
Absolutely. It's unambiguous.
Yeah.
And the overall goal, as they stated, the reason for these demands, is to prioritize the stability and effectiveness of our police department.
Back to stability and effectiveness.
Yes, for the well-being of all residents.
Hmm.
It ties directly back to those initial concerns about public safety and the perceived threat to the department's stability.
And it's important, I think, to note that this no confidence feeling, it isn't just from one set of letters, is it?
No, that's a good point.
The second source we looked at reinforces this. It states the no confidence in Mayor Kevin Schilling is also expressed by Burien Police and citizens.
Right. So it suggests a broader, maybe more unified front of concern, going beyond just those initial citizen statements we focused on. It includes the police perspective, too.
Okay. So, wrapping this up a bit, what does all this mean when a community like Burien speaks up so clearly, using terms like no confidence? We've sort of walked through how these sources detail specific achievements they really value in their police chief and these deep concerns they have about the proposed changes. It's quite a snapshot of community advocacy and action.
It really is. And if we kind of zoom out, connect this to the bigger picture,
Yeah.
this situation, it raises a really important question, doesn't it?
Which is?
Well, how do communities effectively advocate for what they see as essential? Essential for public safety, for trust, especially when their views clash so strongly with decisions being made by current leadership.
Yeah.
This kind of detailed feedback from citizens, like we see in these Burien sources, it offers a powerful look into that whole dynamic, the mechanics of local governance and community voice.
It really leaves you to think about it, doesn't it? For any community, yours included perhaps, how crucial is that perceived stability and effectiveness of its police force to the people living there?
That perception is key.
And maybe more pointedly, what power does that collective voice of citizens truly have in shaping those outcomes, especially when they feel their core values or their safety are being challenged?